Hello, Sister Suan. Yeah, I was working on audio issue. Every time I stream, there's like a connection issue to the controller of my mixer, which is what controls all the audio. It messes with my flow because I have to wait for it to load. The connection's bad, so I had to spend some time. Which took me 3 hours, basically. I just sat here and I was like, It's like trial and error. My back. But that's all good. It's not too bad. Well, I'm glad to see that been growing nighttime. I haven't been making too much content. Actually, I have been putting out content. More YouTube videos. I need to put out some shorts on TikTok. I put some shorts out last night. Yeah, I need a new plan because I have a plan for uploading long form content, right? But I don't have a general plan for it. Morning time, Dharma talk. 2 hours, 3-hour music. Evening time, 1 hour talk, 4-hour music. Right? Which is kind of... And I don't edit anything. I just upload it because, I just record it straight. And also I made some adjustments to the graphics because I was like, man, I gotta get so that's why things have changed. I'm having a bad attack. Oh. How bad is it? Here. Like 10 being the worst, 1 being here's the mandala update. Extremely bad? Okay. Like you're gonna die? Well, let's see what we can do here. Remember to trust your breath. Have faith. Whenever I have to go through that kind of experience, I just start being grateful for my life. If this is my last day, at least let me enjoy in gratitude. Let me just enjoy each breath. Because it's better than worrying about, anxiety. Trust your breathing. Trust your moment more. Because you have it. Even though it's going to be very difficult, Here. Trust your moment. Welcome Nadia, Tarn, Chloe, Tanya. And we hope Sister Anna feels better. Trust your breath. Like today, I wanted to fix an audio issue, but it lasted 3-hour issue. That's just how it's gonna be sometimes. It's just more about learning, right? You run into a problem, use peace to face it, because that 3 hour could be feeling like 48 hours if I become impatient. Right? Our sadness can feel like death if we don't practice peace. Sawadee FC คืออะไรครับ A little problem can turn into a catastrophe if we forget to breathe. And that's just how it's gonna be sometimes, you know? Real talk. That's just how it's gonna be. In the beginning, when I worry, I didn't know how to deal with my worry, so we find different ways to deal with worry. Video games. My favorite one, Buffalo Wingstop. I think that's my greatest escape in the past, Wingstop. I eat my stress away, but it doesn't really go away. What's that? Oh, it's a place where you eat chicken wings, or they sell chicken wings. And so that was my Wingstop chicken nuggets. I'm tired of looking for my escape in others, looking for a partner. That's why I just look for my breath. And it reminds me I'm enough. But making sure I have food, water, shelter, money, purpose, and calling, you know. Did day 3 flute lesson, beautiful. Shout out to Sister Grace doing sound healing. By the way, my wife is coming on soon because I realize it's better. We do a lot more talking daytime, so I think it's appropriate to get her on daytime. And I'm glad right now the audio is not skipping a beat. Before it kept disconnecting and I'm like, right, that's why you see me sitting and waiting sometimes, because the audio screen is like loading because there's a communication issue between the mixer, the computer, and the Ethernet adapter, because this mixer is connected through the internet cable, the Ethernet cable, and the adapter, you have to click don't allow computer to turn off adapter. Now, which I did, but after you do that, you have to restart the computer to solidify the connection. If you don't restart it, the computer tries to connect right away, right? But restarting it makes the computer like, okay, we're not going to communicate with this device to control the power. So I'll have to send some Amazon packages back to Amazon because we good. Or maybe keep it. I'm not very technical. I need to be technical because I don't have an IT person here. Actually, I have Brother Sharos is a professional IT person. I'm not gonna copy. I believe in figuring things out yourself and suffering doing it until you realize, okay, give it to professionals. I'm that type. Because my father's a handyman. That's why his profession is fixing air conditioning. You have to be a handyman and more to do air conditioning. And so I'm the son of a handyman and a mother and a son to a perfectionist mother. And so that combination makes this dude. There's so many devices going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 microphones. Right, everything's wired. Do I have to go this far? I do. Maybe you don't, right? I need this for my mental peace. I need to feel like I put effort into my life for me to have meaning. Because in the past I didn't put effort, and that's why my life didn't work out. But when I started putting effort into my life started working out. And then I found a mentor, master, who showed me how to not just put effort, but be excellent in your standard and the way you apply. Even if you're not the sharpest tool in the shed, you can do a lot with a hammer. Hey, thank you for the blessing, Fornan. Yeah. So I updated a lot of the graphics to make it more harmonious because I got tired of that box around me. Remember the box? I put a gradient. I added a gradient so it's more smoother. Right? Because you have to slowly develop, and now I'm not in my house no more. It was the triangle, right? We had a triangle like this first. And from the triangle, I was like, man, I built a house around me. I still have the house somewhere. This is the new one, the Enzo. See? Almost. Yeah, boom. Shout out to Fornan and his girlfriend. I think that's where I'm at right now, trying to put more effort in. So, this one is just what you see is what you get. The candles, I did the gradient also. The moody grass. Moody grass, the grass is moody. Oh, you got a lot of couples here. I'm his girlfriend, says itty bitty sweetie. That's too much, right? Boom. Can we have a moody grass? Y'all like this one? Moody grass. How can you tell a grass has attitude? Just look at that. Sexy grass. Ooh, that's good grass. This one's a bit longer. Maybe I get rid of that one. That is moody grass. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. This is good for Native American instrument, you know. Let me tune this. What? 2, 3, 6, 7 up. Let me see. 2, 3. That's like a freaking 6, 7 up, and then I have the minor scale on here. And clear. I have a cheat code. I have a cheat sheet, so I can tune quickly because you can't save the tuning. We're so spoiled, that's why. Let's get some moody grass sound. Let's see here. Unless you want to go deeper into the woods. This is a general update towards more music. That's another one. So yeah, just showing y'all the general update in case. Probably not gonna use this one. Maybe if it gets wild in here, might have to use this. But lately it's been calm. Here's another one. Vortex. Yeah, there hasn't been a need for it yet. Of course, if you are not on widescreen, it is available. It is available. Thank you, Anna Banana. Skate Plant is here too. The mandala, of course. And then just seeing what colors match with the ambience. Everything, I've been doing more warm colors lately because it's cold out there. So, yeah. Thank you, Thomas. T. Marie, Brenda's here too. We got Steph, Cheeky D. A lot more music coming to you on YouTube and Spotify. I've been staying on later than usual to do more meditative music because, I can now. Since I'm moving towards full control of my life, which means that my volunteering efforts are coming here, right? Because what we do here is all donation based, so it's kind of everything. It's everything. And I'm glad I'm glad that people feel something. That's the hope. I'm glad it's working. I'm glad it's peaceful. It's respectful. Let's see how this looks like here. Red's the best one so far. Red, even the light red. Red, orange. That's that Japanese neon light. Got that. The backdrop helps a lot in setting that, because you couldn't do a green screen like this, right? Because your skin tone you can't get the ambience on your skin tone with a green screen. Because I tried. That's why you don't get the same authenticity with green screen, but decorating, right? See? I'm proud of it. Made it. I didn't buy it like this. I just bought the basket and I added the lights myself. To save a lot of money. Right? It looks expensive, but it could be way more if you bought the whole thing. Anyways, what else? I also updated the chakra system. Okay, the chakras. But I think this is too much. It's like you don't need it. It's just cute. I think it's... if it's appropriate, then we'll use it. You know, when things run smoothly, I'm right now just looking at, is there any hiccups in the system? I'm just grateful when things run smoothly, because whenever I get into a channeling, a state where I'm just fully embodying, just meditating, and then the music comes, and then I have to wait for something on screen, that it messes up with my flow and it bugs me a lot, because like, okay, I'm waiting on a technical issue right now, which, you know, getting a new mixer, digital mixer, that I've never had a digital mixer. You control it from the computer, right? So that's the first challenge. Presetting every flute to an EQ, learning to EQ effectively, another challenge. And then the computer issue, another challenge. And then adding all of it together with no buzzing noise, another challenge. And then also doing a good job at creating community, another challenge, right? So it's all, you can have all this and not be authentic. Does it matter to you if music is 432 instead? It doesn't matter to me, but I understand how it works. 432 hertz makes a difference. But, this is a big but, if you make music with love, it doesn't matter what frequency you make it. Right? Whitney Houston in 432 hertz and 440 hertz is still Whitney Houston. Yeah, you know what I mean? Michael Jackson on 440 hertz is still freaking Michael Jackson. Bob Marley on 440 hertz or 432 hertz. Right, it's the, like, when you feel it, it's beyond the frequency, and I think that's just called love. It's just the oneness, the infinite hertz. Yes, scientific people need science to have faith in God, or faith in frequency, or faith in vibration. Oh, we're already one vibration already, and people know that, but they don't learn how to make life practical with what they know. But you know, we're all one frequency. Well, why do we care about different frequencies if we're all one? Science. Some people need science to have faith. And if you need proof to have faith, then it becomes very limited. Because sometimes there is no proof to believing yourself. You'll have to learn to believe yourself before you succeed. That's how you become successful. That's called being optimistic. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this audio issue, but there's a way. My back's hurt. I have to stream. I want to rest too. Okay, then stream, and then if it's too bad, then stop. How does science for the mind? Initially, is that ego? What do you mean? What are you asking? What is that ego? The ego is the human experience, which has limitation, or what's beyond the ego. It's hard to figure out what's beyond the ego if you're using limitation, if you're using the ego to figure it out, right? Because you're looking from a limited place, asking about unlimited. It's like human beings, we just use one symbol, the infinity symbol. Sometimes you use a cross as a symbol. But it's about the relationship more than what's perceived symbol. Now, symbols can be powerful, but it's the relationship with the energy. The symbol reminds you of the relationship, but the relationship is here. Yeah. That we have to have science is useful because it helps us be safer, but it can be too safe that we're scared to live life without proof. Right? It's safe, like seat belts save lives. Thank you, science. But eventually we're gonna die anyways. Spirituality. Well, so how safe can you be if eventually you're gonna pass away anyways? But we're not here to run out in the street and say, God, protect me. Ow, see, the universe is not real. You still alive. Don't run out on the street to test the universe. Sometimes we get so airy that we have blind faith. Play some flutes. My wife's about to get on soon. That's why I'm not playing the flute right now. If she comes. Science only truth until it's proven wrong. It is definitely, it's like pharmaceuticals work until it doesn't. Plant medicines work until it doesn't, when you abuse it. But sometimes our ego, no, it's a sacred herb. No, you're addicted to it, and then you don't want to see the truth. And sometimes instead of seeing you abuse plant medicine, it's the holy earth natural from the ground. Freaking everything's from the earth natural from the ground. Right? You got to see right? Everything's from the earth. But it's about your relationship. Is it healthy? The queen has arrived. The queen has arrived. Oh, let me change my... Go ahead and sit down. Let me make a projection first. Windowed projector. There we go. so that you can see you.
Sorry.
Well, actually, we can just be on the same screen instead of two. My wife's here. This is our Saturday. This is when it's time for us to engage a bit here. Let's cut the vibrations a little bit. Put some lighting on. Blue. Let's keep it.
Oh, that's so bright.
Why, you want it darker?
No.
You don't want people to see your beautiful skin?
Shut up.
Let me make the font bigger too. I guess I can make the audio mono. Mixer. How do I do it on the PC? Give me a second here. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. 1 2 3. No, still. It's on here. Input EQ. Right. Input setup. Ow.
I know.
Okay, I guess we'll just won't do that then. Okay, I guess we'll do it like this.
Can you hear me?
You have a sore neck?
Oh, just a little bit.
Dang. Okay, sorry for the audio issue. Once a week, I get my wife to hang out with us so that, you know, because I'm on here a lot. So she gets to hang out with the community and you get to learn about us. You know, a lot of people, it's hard to find sometimes spiritual people who are married or have a partnership. Usually it's like monks, but I guess my life's different. And many people ask relationship questions to us, but we just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
We go with the flow, no expectations, and you know, just it's basically a podcast, essentially. Yes.
Yep.
That's what I like about Adiyahanti too. Not sure who that is. Can she talk and you not? Okay, what's on your heart? Welcome, Sister Grace.
Hi everyone. Last week I wasn't here because he was going through a hard time, and I think it was better for him to do just music and all that. What's on my heart today? I feel peaceful, I guess. I've been indulging myself, watching Netflix. There's nothing wrong doing that. Yeah, I feel great. I feel like I'm enjoying my life, you know, so haha.
She says, we know. And right, you're currently into a lot of Korean dramas.
Yeah, yesterday I told him I feel like I live in Korea now.
Yeah.
Because my Netflix, it keeps like recommending me like so much Korean things where I don't see any American content on my Netflix, so. Woohoo.
And what gravitates you towards Korean drama in general? Because there's other stuff to watch. And it's series, right? It's not really a movie. You don't really watch movies.
I don't really watch movie. I feel more connected to long stories, and it takes time for me to develop my connection to the characters. That's what I like. So I feel like Korean content has a lot similarities because we're Asian. Duh.
You are?
Excuse me? I just speak the Asian, okay?
And it's very emotional all the time.
Depends. Korean dramas can get intense. And yes, emotional.
Let me move the mic closer. There you go. Do you enjoy the intenseness and high emotion of them?
I mostly do. Sometimes I find that it's a good way for me to have different perspectives because yes, we all been through our own things, but then I feel like it prepares me. It helps prepare me for, if I see somebody that go through certain situation, and I haven't been through that, I don't know, but then watching the dramas can give me some preference.
You can definitely learn a lot from other people's life or stories.
Yeah.
That's why we learn through wisdom and other people's suffering, so that we hopefully don't have to go through the same. But some people will just have to, because we don't learn from the movie. It's more entertainment, which is why I like documentaries. It's like a bit more real, because sometimes it's made to like seem, that's why they call it programming. It's entertainment, and sometimes we see like I grew up watching a lot of Korean movies. The guy gets blind or whatever, and the girl has to take care of them. And so it's isn't that why entertainment was made? Yeah. Well, people to work all day is unhealthy, right? So that's why there's Shakespeare, right? The theater, stories, dancing.
Yes.
But too much of it can be unbalanced for sure. Let's see here. And what's the most interesting thing that you like have been in? What inspires you when you when you see something emotional? What inspires you to, like, other than it being entertaining, like what does it feel for you?
To be emotional, or
No, to like because like your preference in movie is different than mine. She always wants to watch, what do you call it, like more emotional stories, and I don't. Sometimes.
clearly he likes action movies.
I like, because I'm already doing emotional all day. Like,
Yeah.
being here is emotional, so I'm trying to do, whenever I'm off the stream, I'm trying to do like things that are just in front of me without. And, why don't you like action films?
No,
as
I do
much?
like action film. I just, like I said in the beginning, I like to build my own connections with each character. And I need longer time. I want stories about everyone included in the movie or the series or the dramas. That's why like a movie is too short for me to develop. Yeah. But I do like movies. I do like action movies too. Like I have dreams of, waha, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's funny because that's the reason why I don't watch series, because I don't want to build a relationship like, to a entertainment as much. Of course you do a little bit, but not so deeply, because the series can last there could be a new season, and it definitely takes me away from like doing what I want to do because the new season is out. Like I learned this earlier on because Game of Thrones came out and everyone was watching it, right? And I just decided like I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, Game of Thrones is different.
Oh,
It's like movies, but many seasons. Is that how you call it? Yeah. I don't have my patience for that. Like, you feed me a little bit after a while. I don't like that thing. But dramas or series are better, I guess. No?
Yeah, it's just, I guess, preference at the end of the day, and time, right? Folklore is impatient, important.
What about you? What are you having in mind?
Nothing. When I'm on here, we just talk about random stuff. It just more me. My mind's kind of blank on because I spent all morning trying to fix the audio issue, which it's not frustrating, but it takes a lot of energy to fix like IT work.
Were you still online?
No, I wasn't on.
Oh, you were
I was just sitting there like staring at the freaking computer like it's not fixing, it's not going, it's not connecting, because I just got it, and then I remember you have to put the pin needle inside to reset it. So this path is really I wouldn't say it tests my patience, but I have to exercise patience constantly because nobody's going to fix the issue for me.
Exactly.
What makes you say exactly?
I mean, that's what it takes. I understand.
You're going to help me?
But it's your system. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you have that privilege, like. Yeah. I think it's better to go through all that with your own setting system, just so you understand it more, and it's better for problems or issues to happen now than later on, when you start doing great things on it and just bam.
James says, seeing the growth from the card reading days will always keep me locked into this community. Yeah, I've been streaming for 5 years. That's how, when I first met Grace, I did some card readings for her also in the beginning.
That's how he got me.
Well, that's how we connected. I wasn't, I just get a card reading, but of course, it was a good way to connect. And now a lot of people look down on it.
On card readings or card readers?
The whole thing, card reading and card readers.
Why?
What do you think? Why do you think?
Because from my perspective, I don't see a reason to look down on it, but I think since it has been becoming more business.
Yes, business, spiritual.
Yeah.
Or just call it business, yeah.
Yeah. I think that takes away a lot of the intuition and a lot of the hard part that it takes or it requires to connect in order to draw the cards right or to read the cards right. So that ended up having wrong readings. Like, it didn't happen the way
Less authenticity, says Chicky.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with card reading online, because everyone's trying to market themselves to get you to go to their to go to their link in the bio. I think I've gotten card readings locally, very good card readings, and it's way different than people doing card reading commercialized, on TikTok, doing like they get one free card, yes or no, question only, link in the bio. It's just, you know what I mean? And honestly, I also was looking to make money doing card readings long time ago, but I didn't feel the authenticity from it, so I had to let it go, because it makes you have to use marketing tactics, which is a business forward spirituality that didn't work for me. James says, your card called me out on my BS at a super important time. It set me on a path that I love. So she says, thank Tanet, you are the best card readers I've ever experienced. And now I don't do it because it didn't, imagine eventually you become the card and people respect you. It's like sometimes we don't know the card reader very much, but we trust the art form. And now eventually you get to a point where you don't need it, and because it is conflicting. Do you have you ever, oh yeah, you do numerology. You don't want to talk about it?
I mean, yes, we can kind of talk about it, but I don't do it I don't delve into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just do it. You have a private practice that you're like casually cultivating.
Yeah.
And it's not, I think it's cool for sure. I think it's cool. It's just a lot. Would you say you're kind of like a perfectionist towards the art form?
No. It takes a long time for me to connect with the number, with whoever I'm reading for or counting for. That's why I mostly just do it for myself. And I think it takes the same effort to read cards. Yeah, you can't just read somebody's card without any connection with the person.
Yes, this is your first marriage? Yes. Oh no, myself first.
Is it?
Me first.
Good for you.
Not as sassy as when she's here. Well, the thing is, she has a lot of fire energy, right? So if I become too sass, then the conversation won't flow if I do too much. So we have to learn. I learned to be harmonious in my life, and it's about making people feel welcome and comfortable to express yourself. And do you feel comfortable when you're here? I mean, did it take time, or are you getting used to it?
Comfortable. Yes, I am comfortable, other than the sitting part.
You want a cushion?
No, it's okay. I'm good.
I always, we have that chair, remember?
Yes.
Okay.
I like how people are connecting With you?
I didn't marry me first, so I had to leave my husband, she said.
Ooh. Psych. Now you know.
Yeah, that's why it's so key to love your damn self first, and it goes a long way when you have happiness, you know.
A lot of people think that they need another person to complete their happiness. Well, I used to be. You know, in the past, I didn't accept to be alone. Like, I thought somebody has to be here for me to feel happy, to feel loved. But, you know, as my spiritual journey progressed, I came to realize that nobody can satisfy me other than myself.
Amen, amen. But how long did it, like, what was the issue, like, what was the journey to realizing that in general, like, that no one else could love me first?
I don't know when exactly it happened, but it was a progress, you know. I don't know, it takes everyday work to take care of myself, to sit down and face my own emotions, my own self. Like, to ask myself questions and to not avoid the answers, or to not trying to become a better person and pick the right answer, you know. And naturally, eventually, you realize, or I realized, yes, we hear people say it all the time, like, love yourself, love your damn self, put yourself first. But it's hard when you got dumped, you know. But it's hard when you got cheated on. But it's hard when all the loving feelings that you ever had, they came from other people. So I think it takes little step in the beginning to start listening to yourself, to see deep down with your heart the moment that you're actually happy. Why? How? Who? You know?
And oftentimes we copy our parents. The way we socialize with people, we actually copy our parents more than we recognize. Like, maybe like I grew up being insecure because my mother was very insecure, but my father was very outgoing. But I just spent more time with my mom. Right? Since I spend more time with my mom, I got a lot of more of her social traits, which is non-social. She doesn't socialize very well because she yells at people. Like, she not
Just
because
like my dad.
yeah, not because she wants to, but she doesn't know how to get along with people in a harmonious way. And a lot of people, the way we are, we're more like our parents than we know, and we could reprogram ourselves, but it's very difficult if you don't check your ego. Can you talk about that? Like, if you don't make a change, you end up just like your parents. The thing you complain about your parents, you end up being just like that unless you transform your life.
I would say when you see something you don't like, you either become it or you either get out of it. I'm not an expert as you
I'm not an expert.
to actually have a valid input about this, but how how do you think a person that want to change and the person that doesn't know how to change their life, like what differentiates them? Like that I don't know. For me, like when I see something I don't like, I just don't want to become that. But for the people that they don't like it, but eventually they become their parents, like you said, right? So I really don't know how the change will happen for them.
I think the change that we're talking about is called like self-realization or awakening, which is absolutely not easy. That's why oftentimes people don't awaken, because we literally just copy everything before us and just a slightly different version. But at the core of who we are, we're exactly like that until, like they say that, you know, the diamond is built under pressure. Like sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to wake up. Sometimes you have to be an addict. But unless you have good mentors to help you, but you still have to do your own awakening practice, or be around people who are about self-cultivation, right? Growing. Because if I didn't suffer deeply, I probably wouldn't be here. If my mom wasn't so toxic growing up, and my dad, like, actually my dad was mostly good, but I got spanked a lot. He really wanted me to be a man, but didn't really like teach me how to practice. Didn't give me. I think I had some wisdom, but it was not enough for me to believe in myself, because I definitely didn't. I think because I quietly I appreciate my father, but I love my mother more because I don't want her to suffer. It's why I like always love my mother more, because she was always sad, which made me like love her more because of her negativity. I wanted to make sure she wasn't sad. And I ended up being sad like her. And it led towards, you know, suffering, chasing love, and eventually, you know, drug overdose, substance overdose. But the awakening part is why, you know, it's what led me here, led us here, right? The card readings, all these things, it worked. Do you feel you definitely had some sort of awakening for yourself? What can you share about that?
There's so much to share about.
Whatever you feel. But the thing is, I don't know what's on limit, off limit, you know. That's I don't want to just be like, yeah.
It took me a lot to came where I'm at today. I would say I'm still practicing. I'm still on the changing journey. I'm not anywhere close to the top, or I'm not anywhere at the bottom. But I became self-aware after my mom passed away.
And what does that mean?
That's when I realized, okay, it's on me.
You gotta figure your life out.
Yeah. It's, you know, the moment I lost my mom, I realized like the biggest thing that romantic relationships are nothing. I'm not saying they're nothing. But it's like you realize there are greater love than that. You know? Like I never felt like that before when I broke up with a guy, or somebody dumped me, or I dumped somebody else, you know? It all so little compared to that moment. So that's my first awakening. It is an awakening. And then long after that, I was deep in sorrow because I lost the greatest love of my life, right? I was like, oh, I'm so sad, I'm desperate, I don't have a mom anymore, I lost it, I lost my greatest love, da-da-da-da. Until like right after my mom left the earth, that's when we started our journey with Master. But I didn't see that until maybe a year or two we spent at the temple practicing. And one day it just clicked. Oh, I didn't just come here. Oh, I didn't just happen to stumble upon this temple. And it took me a year or two to realize, okay, I'm here serving at the temple for a purpose. What is that purpose? I'm not going to just be here every day not knowing why I'm here. So here came the part I realized, okay, I need to learn something while I'm here.
So that was kind of your knock on the door.
Like, hey,
Wake up.
Are you going to learn something when you're here, or are you just going to come here as a routine?
Which is the master's teaching.
Yeah. And then I started paying attention to the Dharma, to the little lessons that I learned from other people when they come to learn, when they come to approach the teaching. I get to see different people with different lessons, life lessons. And it's like watching a drama, you know? But in real life, you see how somebody's life has been F up and how they gain their confidence, stand up on their feet again. And that's when I'm like, I guess I need to look at my life in a positive attitude.
So it wasn't that or you didn't prioritize positive attitude towards life until you had the knock on the door.
Until I get to see that people who hit the rock bottom, that came and actually want to be better. And the one thing I hear the most was, if you keep thinking about like bad things happened to you in the past, you don't have any room in your head, in your mind, your heart to allow the better things in the future. It holds you back from believing that better things can happen to you. So then I started to be positive about myself, my future, how better things can come into my life. Be open to whatever that thing is. You don't know. You don't know what possibilities can happen to you. And then one day I looked at myself in the mirror. I realized that, yes, my mom has gone. But I started thinking about what she left in this world. She left me a love that I know that exists. You know, I feel super, super grateful. I feel lucky because I had that love. Right? A lot of people out there don't have their mother's love. So yes, she left on this earth this child that was loved. And that love continues. Oh, I get emotional. Like, guys, mom is my weak point.
Zoom in.
Like, she passed away doesn't mean her love stopped growing. It exists in me. And I can continue her love by loving the people that she loves. And that don't cost you nothing. That don't cost me nothing. I continue to live on with the love that I have. So I started looking at my family with loving hearts. Love them a little bit more for me, for my mom. And that's when I realized I am my mother. Know what I'm saying? Does
You
it
are
make
love.
sense? I am my mother. Her love lives in me. Her blood flows in me. My heartbeat is her heartbeat. Because mother and child have the same heartbeats. So we are each other's. That's when I realized, I didn't lose my biggest love of my life. She's here. She's always here. She's always been here. Will be here. Yeah. So that's when I made another step closer to the awakening. I am love. I am the greatest love of my life, of my mom's life, of my dad's life, of my family's. So I just continue living that love by loving myself, taking care of myself. Ta-da! Self-love.
Beautiful. I mean, yeah. Yeah, when you start to realize, that's why I imagine you are a product. You're the result.
I'm a product, jeez.
You're like the result of all your ancestors, You're literally the product of your environment and the people before you. And I remember meditating and I start feeling all my ancestors around me, because they don't go anywhere because they live in you.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
But the love part can be very difficult, especially if you've never experienced like unconditional love from somebody. I didn't feel it from my mother and father, but I got it from my great grandmother, which is my guardian angel. That, like the way your mother helped you wake up, my awakening definitely was guided from my great grandmother, because when I see photos of my great grandmother and I, she always positive energy, always she's present with me. I think that's what it is. Every photo that we took it programmed to me that my grandma always gave me her loving attention, because sometimes in life you don't get that from yourself, and you don't know it's within you. So where is your relationship with yourself now? So you figure out you are love, and from that realization, what doors open for you, would you say?
Definitely live a more peaceful life every day. Like Master always says, you don't love me, thank you, I still love myself. And that helped us too. Like we at some point were apart. But then
in in the beginning of our relationship, we definitely like butt heads a lot because
Excuse me. Was that loud?
it's fine. This is who you are.
Yeah, everybody does that.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on,
fine.
man. Yeah.
And so in the beginning, you know, because when you're boyfriend and girlfriend stage, you want to headbutt now. You don't want to do it. You don't want to pretend to get along and then divorce later. I'm glad that we're honest to each other, and that's why it's working out, because whatever comes up, we know to face it together. And the master definitely did a lot of mentoring. When somebody shows you who they are, believe it. Sometimes, you know, you are not going to like something about your partner, but that's who they are. You're not here to change them. You're here to, you know, make it work.
Love them.
Yeah, love them where they're at. But if you actually want to, like, inspire somebody, you have to be the role model, be the lighthouse, which can be very difficult because it's easier to see other people's mistakes because we're not walking around with a mirror next to us. Like, oh, shoot, I'm doing it, you know.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, loving myself is the key for our relationship. Since you start focusing on yourself, you don't realize it. You don't know how it happens, but at some point when you look back, you develop yourself. And your partner actually sees that. And we appreciate each other even more. It's hungry.
I'm not hungry. My stomach is.
Yeah, I feel like being with somebody that also loves themselves or love her or himself actually helps a lot to cultivate the relationships.
Because it's such a big deal in my life, because I used to not love myself. I used to just chase women. I just needed somebody to be with, guys, girls, go out. I couldn't be alone because I didn't know how. And I was very sheltered. And the awakening process, realized, shoot, I was living my life to make my parents happy, because you know, you're sheltered and they raised you to be this way, and it didn't work out, you know. And so when it didn't work out, you're trying to go to what does work out. And what works out was escapism. You escape trying to make your life work, because I couldn't fulfill my parents' requests, right? And so eventually I just kind of gave up on purpose in life until the rock bottom happened, and then climb out of the hole just slowly. Am I even gonna make it? You know, depression. I just basically didn't even go outside. I was so depressed and so shameful that I was like an addict.
I remember those days for me.
Oh yeah. And so my parents knew I was but you know, sometimes we don't know what to do, right? We don't know what to do. Our parents don't know what to do. We don't know what to do.
You don't know how to communicate.
We don't know how to communicate. We don't understand what's going on. But the one thing you do know is what you've been doing, which is shame. You feel shame, a lot of shame about being a failure, and so you just don't want to think about it. But keep moving helps a lot. I think one of the biggest thing that pulled me out of depression was photography, because it's something that I love, and it got me to do something, go out of the house and take a photo of a flower, to do something rather than just, man, I don't want people to know I'm all effed up, man. Shoot, you know, I don't want my friends to know I got effed up. What was your way to become more, like, what was your practice to get you out of more, like, in your head or sadness in your life that you saw results?
Turning to my hobbies. Like would say I'm pretty ordinary. I would shift my mind to something that can have my full attention at the moment. Like start, for me specifically, I start painting, or I would start, back in the days, I would start making some music, or, yeah, or start reading a book.
I'm curious, what kind of music did you make?
Oh, God, man.
Because, rap music? What is that?
Yes, it can be rap music, R&B. Just don't laugh. R&B, or some
Metal. No, not metal.
metal.
Metal. Okay.
But I'm not singing them. I'm not singing any of those. I have my friends back in the days. Remember?
Oh, and you drum? You do some drumming, or?
No, I just I do recording, mixing, putting them together as a full piece. Basically.
Oh, that's why you wanted to be an audio engineer, because you had some experience with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm talking about it, I still feel I'm fed up with it. But
Like audio engineering?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I like the audio engineering part. I just don't like
the culture aspect.
The culture aspect, or the process of making it. I don't like to deal with the people who
would you say it's more like ego?
It.
Is it ego?
It's a lot. It's a lot of ego.
What's like the main like example that you can say that is clear to you, that you see often? Like my opinion versus your opinion. And like, okay, you're a senior, you have 30 years, that means you have the final word kind of thing?
Not really.
Oh.
I would say the audio engineers themselves are really open-minded. But when you're doing it for the artists or the musicians, our vocabularies are so much different. Like sometimes we do not understand each other's language.
Yeah. How they perceive music and how you perceive music,
yes.
and how they explain it.
Yes. So I would say the ego, yes, is then somewhere in there. But most of the time it just, we see music different than the artist.
And that was a really big deterrent.
Not really. For me?
Like, and so that not seeing what the artists see, that was like a major thing that turned you off to, like, why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not, I would say 50% of what turned me down.
Because it's like, that's why some producers or recorders just work with a certain industry, like more hip-hop or different bands.
Yes.
And you work with all types, or what were you working?
At the time, I had to work with all type, because I would appreciate whatever they threw at me, right? I needed experience. Yeah. Is it easier for men? Yes.
What?
Let's not get there, but solid answer, yes. Because it wasn't easy for me because I'm a woman. Period.
I guess you can say it's dominated with men, that industry, you know. It's like in the nursing industry, it's mainly women.
But there are men too.
Yeah, it's the same. Of course, there are women who are engineering, you know. Yeah. And do you think so? Would you say you're in a field that's more harmonious towards you, like with your life now? Sign language interpretation?
Oh, of course.
Which is actually No, I mainly see women. Sign
It's
language.
a women-dominated field. Yep, definitely. But if you see a man doing my job, he's actually really good.
Yeah, because it's quite emotional, right? You have to, like, there's a lot of theater involved in communication. Because if you're not clear with the way you, like, what I didn't know about sign language is that the distinction on your face, it makes a symbol, it makes the communication more clear, right? Because I thought you were just,
grammar.
I thought you were just doing that, but whenever you make mouth that's like more aggressive, it looks funny, but it's a clear language. I didn't know that. Can you talk about, was that easy for you to adjust to? Because it does look funny, but it's initially, but because we don't know what's going on. Once I learned about sign language, I was like, oh, it really matters how clear your everything is, because that's professionalism actually.
It was hard for me in the beginning. I always got this. You need facial expression. You need more facial expression. Oh, you're lacking facial expression. I'm like, what you mean? like when I talk to you, I'm really expressive. But I came to realize that whenever in the beginning I was starting to sign, I was too focused
on the signs.
Yeah, on the signs, and then I forgot the part, like the most important grammar is on my face. But then I had to record myself, watching myself signing a lot to adjust my facial expression until where I don't have to look at myself and I still can deliver that facial expression. Yeah. And like you said, yes, it has a lot to do with acting.
Yeah. And the thing is, some acting is genuine and some is not. And that's why the way you sign, it's like how you speak. And when you speak, you can hear if somebody's genuine or not. When you sign, it's the same thing. So I think it's super interesting because it's a different world. And I definitely... And for somebody who's born deaf and the way they sign, some people are more sloppy, right? Like more not clear. But can you...
I can't say that they're sloppy. Yes, they're not clear, but I can't say they're sloppy. It's their language.
Their style, right?
Yeah, it's just
they have a
different
more
styles.
like slurring style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess some people aren't good at communication. They know how, but it's just they're not clear. It's like learning to speak with low confidence, so you don't speak up with confidence, right? And I think which is beautiful, your face adds your flavor to the singing.
Signing.
Oh, signing. I thought you meant like I thought you're gonna sing today again.
Well, your face, yes, you're right, but it's a required part of signing. Like for one sign and you make different face, it becomes a different meaning. How cool is that?
Maybe you can... I mean, maybe you can do a little bit.
Let me see, what's her name? My son had K2 Thick 285. Good luck to your son. And it's okay to overthink. Because I do all the time. But he's gonna do okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. When you're in sign language school, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
To get to finish,
Oh gosh. I remember my last semester. It was a marathon. Is that how you say it? Every day was a race with myself because it's so hard for me to give up. I'm not flexing, but it's so hard for me to give up.
I think that's where we're the same.
Yeah. At the time, I know I need time for myself. I know that I need some healing time, to catch up with the future work that I would have. But I know I only slept, like, I would say, 5 hours a day. And I said yes to every opportunity given to me. But now, when I actually get to work what I really want to, what I really like to, thinking about what happened during that time, I was like, damn, I ate. It's a good feeling when you know you're trying your best to do something.
Oh, you definitely did, because you had some breakdowns, but you just, teamwork. We just keep pushing each other, because that's why you have each other. Like, just like when brothers, sisters, people, come here, some people come here with a breakdown, and then together we support each other. And so it's good because it's worth it, because you're not going to be in sign language school all day, forever. So I'm glad that you push yourself, because
Me too.
that means you believe in it. Because some people are in school and they don't even try that much, because maybe it's easy for them. And so what are the results of your effort now? What are you most proud of now that you're in the field?
Well, I'm barely in the field.
Yeah.
I'm a baby, but I'm still proud of myself that I make it here. The thing that I'm proud of myself the most, that I still get the excitement to wake up and go to work. Or maybe because I'm a baby, I don't know. But I know out there are a lot of people really don't want to wake up and go to work. But for me, I'm looking forward to it. I'm expecting my work today would be great. I'm expecting to see my students today. I'm expecting to face new challenges, I don't mind Googling myself, in the middle of the class, just because I don't know something. And it is okay for us to not know something. We're still learning. Every day is a learning process. Every day is a new lesson for me. So I'm proud because I'm still excited to go to work.
And I'm proud because you found something you love. It's a huge thing, because now you wake up good versus like, oh no, I have to audio engineer at that bar again.
Yeah.
Because that's what we have in common. You love what you do, I love what I do. That's what it, when you grow together with self-love, you're both growing together, versus like I grow and you attach. Now, like, if I pass away, or if any, we're gonna be fine, because at least you have your baby, which is the thing, your dream, And so this is why I always encourage people to find their purpose. Right? It's not easy for sure, because
But finding your purpose also takes your courage to try things that you don't think you would like.
And that's why we have to explore, but sometimes we're so scared to explore because we're scared of failing. Right? What things did you try before, like, did you contemplate your future before you got into sign language? Like, what were you thinking about doing before you found sign language? Audio engineering?
No, I had a year break.
Yeah.
From audio engineering, because I wanted something else for my life, right? And no, I didn't think of what I wanted to be. At the time, I wanted to find something completely new, not related to music. That's my only requirement. That's my only thing I want to change for my future. But anything else, I stay open.
Dead Man Silhouette says, exploring scares the crap out of me. Any tips for being brave?
Where are you?
Any tips for being brave?
For what? That's what I want to see.
Exploring scares the crap out of Dead Man Silhouette. Any tips for being brave?
Breathe. A lot of people just not breathe when they're facing something they don't know. They just take a deep breath and then they just hold their breath and then just, okay, do it with your eyes closed. No. Breathe and keep your eyes open, which means stay in the present moment.
A lot of it, that's where the panic attacks and the anxiety comes from, you not breathing and you don't have air. Now your body's like, breathe. But sometimes we don't pay attention that the issue could be something that's simple, right? Me, I just think you should go out and fail more. That's my approach.
Yeah.
Like, if there's no failure, exploring and you fail, well, you just keep going. That's how...
I don't see failures as failing.
Yes.
I see if you have failures and you stop trying, that's failing.
Yeah. It's like experiences that teach you to be better. But doing nothing, you don't learn anything from not moving forward. It's the fear of even taking the first step that you stay on you fail because you didn't even try. In the beginning, I had some fears of failure, and the reason is because I wanted to please my parents. But then I failed so many times. I realized, you know what? I'm gonna just live my life because like when you fail enough, you realize, why don't you fail doing what you love instead of failing doing what you don't love?
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Now some people have the capability to succeed things that they don't love.
But when their parents or whatever reason that make them want to succeed, when it's not there anymore, they're gonna face it.
Yes. And that's why we have community to help mentor each other. With, like, you have something to share, like we learn from each other. Many brothers, sisters open up in a chat about many things, and we become inspired by some things, and if we're not inspired, we leave it there. It's so this is why I travel, or I hang around people who know to let it go. But it's not always easy to let it go, right?
Chicky, I'm considering taking a year off, definitely. There's nothing wrong with taking a year off.
I mean, if you can afford it, if you don't have to, of course you plan it out. Or you can reduce your work hour to make more time to content. Because sometimes you're so tired from work that you don't have energy to think about your future.
That's when I was in F&B. That's when I was working at a restaurant, just like you. When you were working at a cheesecake factory, you don't get to think about your future. When I was working at a coffee shop, I didn't get to think about my future. I
was working at the cheesecake factory. I was working in doubles all the time because the managers always asked me to, because somebody always not showed up, and they knew I would always say yeah. I would just be so tired, but my bank account would be growing. But then I don't even have time to use my money. Then I started thinking about my future, and then I thought about going back to college, and eventually things work out. It's just you have everything takes energy and time. It's just, if you spend the energy and time doing what you love, your life is good. Even if you're working on it, at least you're working on something you enjoy. Being here is difficult, right? Sign language is difficult. Audio engineering, learning to be a sound healer, playing the flute, crystal bowls, learning to dance. But if you love it, you're gonna dance every day. Right? I love it, so I play the flute every day.
I'm doing it. I love it. I'm doing it. Worked on savings to be able to make it. Yep. You can save or you can reduce.
For example, like I had to do Amazon deliveries, selling books on Amazon. Right? I had to do all these things because it's better to keep moving forward than to just get stuck and not doing something.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way. Keep grinding. And sometimes we feel entitled to a certain job. No, you don't. You're blessed with what you got. If the universe gives you a car washing job, at least you have it. And if it doesn't work out, a new door will open. Right? And if it does work out, the inspiration will rise. I think that inspiration is the key. Like the way you were inspired to sign language is like coming from your mother, and looking for body language. You wanted to look for a book about body language, but found sign language. So there's a like key that was there, and you just decided to look at it. Thank you. Namaste, Joy.
Thank you.
People always ask about if we're gonna have children.
We're not planning to have any. That's the plan. But if God, Buddha, ancestor give us one, we still appreciate it.
Yeah. It's more about we make a choice, but no one can go against the will of the Creator. Right? That's how we see it. It's just more about responsibility for us. Our life's working out because we have responsibility towards it more every day. Right? More independence, more money, more happiness, enjoying our jobs, enjoying our time together, and learning to, like, I go to some signing events from time to time. She comes here, and when my back's injured, Grace helped me to load the car. And it's more about harmony, right? And sometimes you want something, but you need something different.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a massage therapist, but the universe needed me to be here, right? You wanted to be audio engineer, but that's not, that's not meant for you. No matter how bad you wanted to be audio engineer, the door was not gonna open. Like, it opened until it didn't.
Double pinky like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
How about how you say that word? Quadruple?
Quadruple pinky.
Quadruple
Let's
pinky.
call it quad pinky. Do you still want to be an audio engineer? No, right?
No, I can.
You
Because I already graduated. I can, but I don't want
Yeah, she already graduated, It's funny because I'm doing a lot of audio engineering, and that I never thought, no, I just have to because I'm trying to make the audio sound decent,
It's just part of your
what
you have to do. Yeah. But whoa, voila.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. We're doing the opposite. I'm doing audio engineering. Right? You're doing something else that's more spiritual, actually. Like you get to be so intimately. I mean, everything's spiritual.
Everything is. I would say everything.
Yeah,
is.
it's just more about. I think it's more about purpose. That's what I say, because you have a deeper emotional connection towards your craft now. Because whenever it was audio engineering, the emotional part was different. It was more like
there was no emotion.
It was more trendy.
I don't get to choose what I work. I can choose who I work for, but once it's down, I don't get to choose what am I gonna be working on, And yep, most of young people, most of their work are just, can't connect.
And some people like that. Some people are good at supporting people, which I did, like there's some amazing audio engineers because they like to pay attention and make things work. And that's another skill. It's just, it didn't really match
I'm just not in the culture, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, this is my stomach, not me.
Maybe you can still do what you like for whom. Maybe you still can do what you like for whom I want.
For whom you want.
For whom you want. Yeah.
But I still help him here and there.
Yeah, I ask her audio engineering, audio advice, and then whatever I hear, I take it, I apply it, and then I study some more, right? Because you have to know it for yourself too, because it's all, I don't like to bug people, but if I have to, then I will, right?
Bug me. To wake up. Nice. Nice.
But I'm glad that we found that that's why it's like when we're on here, some people don't know how to, like, you have a good sense of who you are. I think that's why it's easy that's why we're together, because you are who you are, I am who I am, and we accept each other for that. And the deep honesty, the deep honesty and the willingness to go for it, the hunger. And I think it's also because we're immigrant, we're not, which is why I think you're also Buddhist. I was raised Buddhist, and we have the same master. You also enjoy music. You also are open to spirituality, right? But you would say you're leaning more towards Buddhism. Genuine, like
Both.
what?
Both. But my base, is Buddhism. Like the concept of Buddhism is more easier for me to comprehend because I have connection with it.
Yeah. And then when you say you're open to spirituality, do you know, what can you say about that? Like, what's your relationship with spirituality?
I learned to see beyond Buddhism. Not that I learned about other religions, but my first approach to spirituality is that my curiosity towards how other people that don't have religions and are with other religions perceive the same thing that I'm seeing. Because I was curious about, just different people, different perspectives.
People's cultures, religions, how they live their life.
Yeah. And then I met spiritual people, and then I met people from other religions, and then I started to see the harmony of whatever religion we have. And then I started to see, okay, what about the people that don't have religions, but are also not spiritual?
Or religious.
Yeah, or not spiritual.
Or not spiritual, yeah. Which there's a lot of that too.
Yeah. Which I have friends, and you know who they are, that
are none of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I saw that, they have compassion too. They have love that they practice too. They have certain things that they believe in, So what is the mutual thing between them and religious people, and that's, I guess it has to be the name of spirituality, where you don't have to believe in the religion, but at the same time you are your own religion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, religions are just cults that have success, great result, and that's why they lasted to become religion. And that's why there's a deeper respect towards religion, because it actually lasted long. But of course, it's how you practice it. It can represent goodness, but the person could be part of a goodness group, but don't actually practice the goodness. It just represents it. Yeah, because that's why, like, we all want the same thing. We all want to be happy. We all want to make money. We want to make enough. Some people need more. Some people need less, but we need it. Some people are happy single. Some people need a partner. Some people don't. It's just, at the end of it, it's about happiness and peace. And then the wisdom behind it. You can scoot up.
Okay.
You can scoot up.
I don't want to be too close. You'll see my pimples.
Do any schools of Buddhism accept and believe Hindu beliefs? Buddhism came from India, so there's a lot of Hindu tradition. I think, what was the ramen, or not ramen? It's the Buddha came from India, so there's a heavy influence from Hinduism. So do you believe that the Buddha? Do any schools of Buddhism accept or believe that Hindu believes that the Buddha is a reincarnation? No, because the Buddhist religion, they just see, they were blessed with, he's a teacher teaching you the Four Noble Truths. So a lot of the, I would say, esoteric beliefs of Hinduism is left behind, and it stick to the simple. I think that's why many people are open to Buddhism, because it's easy to approach. The Four Noble Truths, it makes sense. So the other parts of that, the more history part of Buddhism is definitely something that people don't follow it as much. It's just more, be in a present moment, cause and effect, impermanence, enlightenment, right? Now, if you go, and sometimes you can get lost in the history, but if the Buddha is teaching us to be more present in our life, we can learn from history, for sure, right? Cause and effect, that's history. And so it's just keeping things simple so people can apply it, because sometimes there's so much to read and so much to study that people don't get anything from it.
Exactly. People like me.
And me. Right? I definitely like, what the heck is this? I also, when I read one time, I don't get it. I have to read two or three times, one sentence.
Same.
And so, but when the philosophy is simple to grasp and understand, it's easier to practice. So that's what I appreciate about the Buddha's teaching. And
that's why, like, even Buddhism,
spirituality. Yeah.
Buddhism has many branches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we're not to speak for Buddhists.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't identify as Buddhist. I just take the Buddha's teachings that are useful through application, and hey, that works. But of course,
what is it called?
This is called prayer wheel. Okay?
Prayer wheel.
This is a Vajrayana. Basically, this is a meditation. Every spin is Om Mani Padme Hum. That's for one turn. Right? And there's the 8 lucky symbols of Tibetan Buddhism. I just spin it because it helps me focus. Right? It's a meditative tool, so that, because when you're engaging in your body, you're not in your head. So when I'm spinning this, it's easier for me to be present because I'm doing something that's peaceful. I'm not like, right? I'm just like, it's a gentle, I'm present. And if I'm not present, then this thing start whatever. But that's not wrong. Just spin it back up and live your life. So imagine you could do that with your breath. Right? Yeah.
I just remember one time you just barely awake, and then you went to the kitchen, and then you did breath work right away, and then you
Passed out?
passed out.
Yes. I am a devoted practitioner. I told everybody knows the story of the scar on my shin at this point. And I woke up at 4 a.m. to practice the Tumo meditation. I was just starting to learn it. And I was like, all right, let's learn. I wake up, instead of breathing into my stomach, I was hyperventilating at 4 a.m. right when I just wake up. So my body's circulation was not flowing yet, right? So I start going, and then literally I wake up on the ground and my body was in shock.
And covered in blood.
Yes, it's a clear, because my shin hit the counter edge. And then I broke a stool. You know those plastic stool that fold from Amazon? I fell onto one and I basically woke up on the ground in the kitchen and I was in shock. Then my brain started doing its blaming. Like, hey, how did God, Buddha, the Master didn't protect me? And then I sit down for a while and I just centered my energy. I'm still alive. They did protect me. No, it's fine to laugh. I laugh, I laugh all. It's not a big deal. I'm alive and
you look cooler. With a scar.
Cooler. Maybe I should get more, huh?
Ooh. Nah, no mass. It's enough.
Be careful what you wish for.
I didn't wish for it. I
Cooler.
just compromise.
Let's see here. The Nichiren philosophy and practice. Yeah, the Buddhism that I practice the most is Zen, and then followed by my foundations is more Zen, be present, emptiness. All views are wrong views. And then from there, the cause and effect, the Four Noble Truths, right? The Eightfold Path, I definitely follow. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's right livelihood. So everything that I'm doing, I try to do my best to cause the least harm and the right thing. And of course, the Tibetan Buddhism part is I learned from the Master, which is the firmness from the Master. He's very firm. He taught me how to have better boundary because he's dealing with thousands of people a day. And if he doesn't have clear communication, the cause and effect could come back if you don't be clear with people. And so I'm just grateful for the training. We had the same Master, and he definitely is, to me, a living Buddha to me, like a living Bodhisattva. But to me, he's a living Buddha acting as a Bodhisattva because, the things that he shared with, that I've seen and experienced is like, you're not normal. This is not normal. Monks don't do this stuff. but we have to keep things secret because you don't want people to follow the wrong thing, which is supernatural power. Right? And he even gave there's even Dharma and spiritual talks on.
He's on YouTube now.
Yeah, he's on YouTube.
Are you?
Yeah, they know. Yeah, I've been telling people. He has a YouTube channel, Master Couchin, and part of because there's one Zen koan where one student was saying, my master can write on a piece of paper across the river the name of Amitabha on this, and it shows up over there, right? Because he's showing off like what his master could do as a story, and then the Zen master comes by and that the disciple challenged that master, but then the master said, my miracle is simple. When I wake, when I wake up, when I'm hungry I eat, when I'm thirsty I drink, when I'm tired I sleep. So it teaches you to be humble, and that's why I love Zen, because it's humbling. But I've met people who practice Zen and are arrogant also, because they think I'm so Zen, I need to
Oh, your energy not good, let's stay away from me.
I mean, there's people like that everywhere, but not like, see, I want to be like you guys in the future, says Yoder, to hopefully find a good wife and create beautiful family that radiates goodness to the world. You can. You deserve it, and you can, if you don't settle. The thing is, it's more about, it's the thing that you settle is more about yourself. I don't expect anything from my wife, right? Like, she lives her life and it works out. And if it doesn't work out, I keep believing in my wife, in grace, until things work out. And when things work out, let's keep improving. But the moment we start to be too chill, then I know problems coming. So I'm just grateful for the work ethic and the hard work, because it's cultivation. Like, we're building, yes, and it's different, right? She needs Netflix, I need live stream, right? I need spirituality.
When he's not streaming, he's scrolling.
Yeah, because you learn a lot about
Sure.
I'm on here 10 hours and I'm not going to be like, what's going on in the world? People tell me what's going on, but like, I wouldn't know about the LA fires or, but of course there's a lot of entertainment for sure. It's fun and cat videos, and because if you work too much and you don't have time to clear your mind or do, like, be human, I think, because sometimes, like, you have to see what makes your life work. And I'm so committed to what I'm doing, but I know I need to still just chill out and just be normal, which is, don't be so intense all the time. Because we're both kind of intense, but when we relax, we're really relaxed. But when it's time to focus, it's like we both had that same turn it up energy. And you're in the US, right? Where will you be after the ban? Is it still getting banned?
So far, I heard.
Is it? Okay, yeah. It's game on. That's why energy been weird.
People are trying to find a new.
If anything, if they take it away and bring it back, it's gonna blow up, because it's what people. It makes, when you take something away from what people want, you create more demand. What's really gonna replace it? Nothing.
Or who knows? Like, if the smart guy would create another.
No, there's no.
America.
It's because TikTok is not just it's a culture. It's a culture that's unique, because where else do you find dancing videos? Like, there's some on YouTube, but it's not. They don't. The way they design TikTok, it's more artist and creative based, and that's why 55% of users are women. On YouTube and Twitch is 80% men, so the content is more masculine approach. And that's why I fit into TikTok so well, because I'm feminine, right? And so that's why all the homies on Twitch, all the feminine homies, well, not everybody, but mostly, right, majority is people who are open to spirituality and people who are cultivators.
Gusia, how can they forbid an app like hell? So, in my experience, I work in a college, and any staff, any teacher, professor that works for the college, we cannot, we don't have the access to TikTok while we're under the working VPN, which you have to be under it to work. Yeah.
I think to me, it's good news, because if it wasn't doing so good, they wouldn't try to ban it. That's how I see it, right? Because there's the thing is, it's more about politics, right? Because American company control the other apps, but they're not in complete control of TikTok, and that's an issue, right? When they can't completely control, because why? If the government is, they can study the way that the American government messed with TikTok, so that's why they don't, because they don't want to be seen up, right? Because other governments will study how this government operates clearly, because why? They have a back door towards TikTok. That's why there's so much spiritual and free things here, but there's a consequence to it. You can tweak the algorithm to a certain hashtag or an issue to manipulate, to blow up, to create more fire somewhere.
Yep.
Right. And so
They can do that with just anything.
Yeah, but every platform's already doing it. This is old news, right? And so just keep being a good person. Stay authentic, do a good part. It doesn't matter what app you're on, just keep being a good person. It's not like I'm gonna stop teaching people to love their damn self because TikTok's gone, right?
We have YouTube, we have Twitch.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm on YouTube and Twitch. Didn't want to let go of TikTok, which I still don't think it's gonna go, because there's too many people making money on it in America. A lot of people's livelihood would get effed. Like, there's a lot of people. I have somebody who I know. She sells the fire cider, right? She's like selling like this cider.
Oh, okay.
Right. Like, she goes to medicine for the people, and they live in Austin or whatever. Sister Leslie, and if they take that away, that's a huge block, like down, because it's hard to just grow somewhere else, because social media is like a storefront for many companies and many people, and it's why most of the other platforms are dominated by 80% men, is because it's designed by that intention, less feminine energy. Now, what's gonna replace that? I don't know. I don't think it will. I don't believe it's gonna be banned.
I just feel like it's okay if you use a platform with awareness. But again, TikTok is the one that gains the most attention from kids, teenagers. And who knows how they can be affected,
Yeah, but
I don't want to talk about it.
It's fine. That's what they're doing on YouTube.
Yeah, so I just feel like
Skip it toilet.
instead of banning any app, maybe figure out a way to teach younger generation how to use internet, but it's
by this age and
hard.
day, if parents don't care enough to parental control their children, you're already effed. If you don't care that much, the internet, like, it's not a healthy place for young mind or all minds if you don't know how to use it. And most parents are not going to sit down and teach their kids how to surf and where not to go and why, because it requires time. That's why we out here. And naturally they're gonna go to the adult websites right away and all the toxic things, because human beings, we like freedom. But freedom without wisdom and discernment, you could get lost being so free. Which is why you can become airy and become addicted. You're free to do whatever you want. End up addicted to certain things, right? So with wisdom, and this is why I think we should talk to our kids about most things. I mean, there's some things you don't, but I think most things in life, things that are difficult to tell the children, they need to learn earlier on so that they don't get into the same BS as the parents.
Yep.
But why? We want to hide things from them, and then they go through it. So, yeah. You have
Let's hit the bowl.
Yes, ma'am. Why won't someone in the US create their own TikTok?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. If TikTok was banned, the US probably come up with a new one that has it.
No, it won't be the same. Because you have to see, every government wants to control the narrative. When they can't control it, it's an issue because now another system is controlling it. So they want you to pick a side all the time so that you don't think for yourself. Free thinker is a threat to systems because we start to see corruption and the BS. Right? So this is why when they can't control it, now you got two systems quietly, because the systems are all trying to slowly take over a space in your mind. China is this, American is that, or TikTok is this. I hate TikTok. I love TikTok. But they don't want people they don't want us to stay centered and see for ourselves. Why? Because that would be wisdom. That's called critical thinking. And when you start critically think, you're not going to want to buy as much. You're going to be more aware. You're going to be more balanced. Uninformed and uneducated people are going to follow the narrative, buy more, do everything that the system tells them to without thinking right away. Don't question anything and just follow the narrative put in front of you. And the issue is they just want you to choose a narrative. Which side do you want to go with? But if you don't pick a side, that's the issue. When you're like, I'm not picking sides. And I think where people are starting to not pick side, and so that control in people's consciousness is dissolving. And so they'll find other ways. Right? Back then it was a lot easier because all you had was the radio. We were just watching the Gambit movie. People they just stare at the radio and listen. And then from radio we moved to TV. Right. And from TV that lasted for a while, and then we had the DVD, right? VCD, and then the internet. And now there's so much, it's hard to control. But that's why there's always hackers trying to keep the internet free, because we deserve freedom from the need for somebody to tell us how to think all the time. Like I wouldn't be here if I couldn't, because YouTube used to be more free, but it was a wild west YouTube in the beginning. But
it was really wild. You can find shit on YouTube.
Yeah. Now it's so curated. The authenticity is gone down because it's so curated to pump out money. Yeah. And let me see here. With TikTok, they say the algorithm in China is different. Yeah, they're that supposedly in China recommends more informative videos, or that's what they want you to also think. Right. And so, what do you think the other side says about America? They give you the Facebook that's good, and then they give other countries a Facebook that it's more about, you can operate on your own. If you're aware, you don't let the social media control you. But if you're unaware, you just be ignorant and just control me. So the more we're informed, the more we can make the decision for ourselves instead of just assume. Right? So that's what I start to see with but I believe people are becoming more smarter because, right, the social media is kind of new, right? 2018, Facebook and all these things blew. Now we're like, okay, there's a lot of BS on the internet trying to control how you think. And now, since we have so much information, but it's not authentic. I remember when I first got on TikTok, rolling the ping pong ball down to a cup. And I'm like, I don't care about this stuff, but I'm watching it. Then I realized, why am I watching people roll balls into a cup? It doesn't add. And then we start to realize, this is some stop showing me BS. Then you start to realize there's so much BS out here, and the children are gobbling it all up.
Yep.
If we don't inform them.
Even if we inform.
Even adults too. Like right? Remember Farmville? When we were playing Farmville, like you have a farm on Facebook, and you like create a fence, and you like harvest the grass, and we moved to like a Bejeweled, and then you play poker and all these things that people talk about. When you become informed, you're like, oh, that's wasting time. I don't really like it. Now you can waste time doing what you like versus like, I don't even like Farmville. Why the heck am I playing this? Why am I playing Candy Crush? I don't even like it. Now I'm on level 5,000.
I like it.
I know. It's fine. You like it. Right? But when it on TikTok, it's aggressive from the beginning. Like, right? There's effects and all these things that are interesting, dopamine, like somebody says. But as we gain wisdom, like why the heck am I watching this? I don't even like it. Now imagine if they can make you watch dumb stuff. Let's just say it's dumb stuff. What else could they make you watch and control you without you knowing it? Unless you can think for yourself and be aware what it's doing to you. That's the matrix, exactly. And this is why we don't talk about this too much. Anyways, nothing happened, nothing. Farmville. Final words from my lovely wife. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here. It's getting really intense.
Oh no, this is how it is.
I know. Yeah. I'm talking. It's getting really intense. And yes, we all have things that we want to say, we want to share. But at the end of the day, we found each other, right? If it's not here, it's gonna be somewhere else. So let's worry free about it. And I hope everyone stay healthy, stay happy, and don't scroll too much.
Even Morpheus had to go into the Matrix to help Neo, to help Mr. Anderson. Everybody told me, why do you go online? It's like they control everything already. Why? Because you can, because it's possible. And so this community would not be here if we didn't believe we can make the world a better place using social media and authenticity. And so, true. Because why? We know who the real creator is. We know that there's something greater than governments and corporations wanting to take advantage of people's consciousness. And that's love, unconditional love, the spirit, God, Buddha, Jesus, the thing that makes us have more meaning in life and is service, helping each other. So we end the stream with 3 ohms and...
Oh, you end too?
Yes, I end too, and then we eat something. Yes, I eat after the stream. I don't eat before the stream because it's hard to think when your stomach full, you know. You wanna do 3? Please love your damn self, and I'll see you later. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed today. And goodbye.